summer, or my daughter and I'll do a lot off Bradley Beach.
Very
It's
cool.
close to home. It's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, cool. Well, this weekend, first of all, I was surfing this morning in Long Beach Island. And this weekend, there's going to be a disabled surf scenario at Spring Lake with surf instructors and disabled folks. And so I'm going to head down there on Saturday. So I'm super excited that you're a surfer. So welcome.
Yeah, my daughter has a girlfriend in Surf City in Albia. She does a lot of surfing down there. She's living there practically the whole summer.
Yeah. Well, I'll go with this one. I'll go with this fun
Lucky.
fact. My fun fact for today is I was bumped by a shark in Long Beach Island 3 weeks ago while surfing.
That's pretty interesting. I got to let her know that one.
Yes. So Teresa, back to you.
Okay. Let's go to Catan. Catan, can you hear me?
People having a hard time unmuting?
Catan? I wonder if he's frozen? No.
Yes. No, I think he doesn't realize he's muted.
Yeah. Yeah, Patan, you just got to unmute.
Hi, say hello, Catan.
Hello, how are you, everyone?
Good, how are you?
Good, it's a long time, haven't seen you.
Yes, you too. Tell everybody how amazing you are.
Oh,
Tell us a little about yourself and a fun fact.
well, I can't beat Teresa, I can tell you that. So, but I'm good. I own my real estate brokerage from last 10 years and doing good.
And Patan, where are you located?
My office is in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Cool. And what's a fun fact about you? Something that we wouldn't expect.
Fun fact, I love what I do and people love me the way I do. So that's the fun part.
That is a fun fact, especially you share.
I don't wear high heels. I don't look as good as Teresa, but I think I'm good.
I love you already, Catan.
Yeah. And what brought you here today? Why are you here today?
Because Teresa asked me to join and I took her invitation, which I cannot deny her.
No, awesome. Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Catan. You're always a pleasure, always a positive force, no matter what my interaction is with you. So I really want to honor that about you.
Thank you.
Lisa, do you want to say hello? Is she frozen? She might be frozen.
Is she muted?
Lisa, can you hear us?
She's muted, but it does look like there might be some challenges with.
I think she might be frozen. Let's move on and then we'll go back to her if she pops back in. And Adam, somebody else just texted me they were trying to get in. And
okay. Well, with the tech team.
All right, Jairo, you're up.
Yeah. Hey, thank you again for allowing me to be on this. So a little bit about myself, I guess, right? Father, one and a second on the way. I've been in the business, real estate business for going on 6 years. Been super involved from the very beginning with like associations and all that stuff. Air Force veteran. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Thank you for your service very much. And where are you coming from today?
So I'm sitting at my home in Woodland Park, New Jersey.
Very cool. And what's a fun fact?
Fun fact. So one is I actually serve as a commissioner on the Board of Education in my town. So it's fun right now with this pandemic that's going on. But one thing I did hear many people say that were on the call is that many people got involved because they love to give back, they love to care, they love to serve others, right? And that's something that I also hold as a very deep passion in my heart. And I'm grateful to be around people that are like-minded.
Awesome. Well, you're in the right place and welcome.
We'll go next to Catherine Wydell.
The pressure to unmute quickly. Hi. So yes, thank you so much for having me. Teresa and I connected a little bit last minute on this, so I'm excited to meet everyone and learn about people. As she mentioned, I came on board to our family business this past September, which I can't believe it's already been a year. So I obviously grew up in the industry. I believe I'm technically fourth generation. So it's been really awesome. Both my parents were in real estate. Fun fact, I spent the last 6 or 7 years in HR, and I've still never nailed down a fun fact. So I'll go with most recently I lived in Denver, which was awesome. I refound my love for skiing. So I'm also happy to sign up to help get Teresa down the mountain. We'll see, right? We'll start in the Bunny Hill.
And Catherine, what's your favorite mountain?
What's that?
What's your favorite mountain to ski?
Ooh, gosh. Well, I wish I could say that I've been to so many, but we went to Keystone a lot when we lived out in Denver, which was awesome. Nice and low key. Yeah.
Super cool. Well, welcome. And it's great to have somebody else that can help Teresa, not like hit her face on a pole. It's awesome.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Teresa.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now? Teresa, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Lisa, you're next.
Can I go? Well, I have a moment I'm racing in my car between appointments.
Yes.
So my fun fact, I'll start with my fun fact, is that I'm driving through the Pine Barrens and that my Zoom keeps freezing up. So I've had to come in and out like 10 times. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. Did you want to know about me? A little bit about me?
Yeah, what do you have to do in the world and what's a fun fact?
What my fun fact was driving through the Pine Barrens at the moment. I've been in real estate since 2006. I think Teresa and I took broker class together. Gosh, was that maybe 2010? That's Teresa?
Yes.
Yes. So we had a lot of fun in our broker class. We were the bad I managed 3 offices for about 9 years. I was a regional manager, and I've just transitioned back into sales. So I'm loving the
Yeah, Lisa, I think we're bouncing in and out a little bit. So I'm hearing Lisa is back in the sales world. Teresa, you guys went to broker school together?
We went to broker school together, and we were the unruly bunch in the class. Because if you've ever taken a class like that, it can be a little long and arduous. So we had a lot of fun, and we worked together at Wydell for a while. So we had the privilege of spending a good amount of time together. Super. Lisa is definitely Zeus energy.
I am not confused, and that's awesome. I feel her energy through the computer, even with the static and background. And the Pine Barrens are not too terribly far from where I am, so we're in the same general neck of the woods. So Teresa, where?
Okay. So next, let's go to Kathy Spiro.
Hello,
Hey
Kathy.
guys, how are you? Thanks for having me today. Thank you, Teresa, for the invite. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today.
You're welcome. Kathy, by the way, happened to be a rock star pro coach within the Keller Williams community. And what that means is she was responsible for all of the brand new agents, getting them from 0 to $3 million in sales.
Boom. Kathy, how'd you do that?
Oh, well, so a little bit about me. I started real estate when I was 20 and I'm 52. So I've done this for 32 years full time. When I tell people that on the phone, I have to do the caveat. Like if I say I've done this for 30 years, I have to say I'm not 80 because people think, oh my gosh, maybe she started when she was 50. But I eat, sleep, and breathe it. I'm super passionate about my real estate. I'm super passionate about the teams that I work with. Very into motivational and mindset speaking and coaching. That's something that's very much in my wheelhouse that Teresa and I connected with. And a fun fact about me, I actually have a team down in Cape May. While I live in Somerset County, I'm very passionate about Cape May, and I have a team that runs down there.
That's awesome. Your energy, Kathy, is infectious. It is felt.
Thank you.
Yeah, how about a fun fact?
I'm sorry?
How about a fun fact about you?
Oh, my fun fact. I have a Cape May team. I think that's a pretty fun fact.
That is very
Super fun fact. I have a 140-pound Rottweiler and a 5-pound teacup Yorkie. And I just raced up the stairs away from my landscaper and my Rottweiler so I could get on video for you guys.
Awesome, Kathy. And how did you get into the world of personal development?
Through my own coaching experience. I coached with a wonderful person, and she has a platform that's a little bit different than anything else that I've ever experienced. And I'm very much into the mindset and motivation of the coaching, and very much into the aspect of how it encompasses your whole world. So it's not just your job. So how your business and your personal life should all be connected as one really positive experience.
Extraordinary. Well, it's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Thanks, Teresa.
You're welcome. Carol Ann, do you want to go next? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Can you unmute?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Can you hear me?
Your face? Yeah, can I see your face?
I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't know what's going on.
So if at the bottom of your screen, there's like a video camera, you just click on it and it should let us see you.
Yeah, I've done this before. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe something's wrong with my camera.
Well, needless to say, I have to tell you, Carol Ann is incredibly generous and she's a complete badass. So
oh my God.
When I lived next to Carol Ann. My oldest son, who's 26, was 3. And I have to say she was so inspiring, inventing herself into real estate. She used to take the phone book and call people out of the phone book. She would just call. She was like, just let me just dial. Adam, you would love her. So I just have to honor the work ethic that she has and how incredibly humble she is at the same time.
Awesome.
Thanks, Teresa.
Look at you, you're a rock star. Carolyn, where are you coming from today?
You mean where my office is?
Where are you physically in the world today?
Where am I physically? I'm sitting in my room.
And where is that?
Oh, I'm in Flemington, New Jersey, but my office is in Bedminster.
Ah, very cool. Well, welcome. And how about a fun fact?
I front a band.
No way. And what do you like? What band? What's the story?
I'm a lead singer and guitar player for a classic rock band.
Oh, now I see why you and Teresa like act. And what type of music? Yeah, I mean classic rock, but cover or your own stuff or?
Oh, we're a cover band.
Cool. What's your favorite stuff to cover?
We do everything. Old Stones, Melissa Etheridge, Stevie Nicks. We do it all. You name it, we rock it.
I had the unique privilege of having lunch with Melissa Etheridge about 6 months ago.
Oh my God, she's my freaking idol. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. She's a dear friend of a friend, and it was unbelievable. And I'm going to give you my second fun fact of today, Teresa and everybody. Melissa Etheridge said these words to me. Fact. She said that I was the first straight male that ever convinced her that I got her music. Those were Melissa Etheridge's words. I don't know if it was fully true, whatever. Melissa shared that with me, which touched my heart beyond belief.
Wow, that is a major compliment.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
What'd you say to her?
I had tears in my eyes. I was immensely grateful. It was a really important lunch from a whole bunch of different perspectives. Siri Lindley, who's a national speaker and world champion triathlete, and her amazing wife, Beck, who connected all of us. And we were at lunch at a Tony Robbins leadership event. Siri had spoken. Melissa was there to see Siri, for us all to meet and connect and talk about things. And it was extraordinary. So, but she is the real deal. One of the best human beings I've ever met. Just integrity.
She's really nice. That's amazing. Cool.
Really. So as you play her music, just know that she is as real as you could ever imagine. So.
Yeah. Thank you. Very cool.
That's amazing. Sean, when was this recent or was this long?
You know what I said 6 months ago? It would have been 12 months ago almost now. It was last August. Oh my God, time is going so fast. It was last August after the Tony Robbins leadership seminar out in San Diego. We had lunch, with Melissa. Yeah. And then we saw her again. Actually, you may have met her, Adam. She was at Siri Lindley's event. We're out there for Tony Robbins' birthday in February. Siri was there. Melissa was there that night as well.
Yeah, private. Yeah, it was amazing. That's why I was asking. I didn't know if it was before or after that, but awesome.
It was before that. Yeah. So
why I'm just mind blown as always. But
Teresa, classic rock is in the house. Who else we got?
Yeah, we have Nick Knudsen.
Nick.
What's happening, everybody? Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Joe, Sean, Adam, for allowing me this opportunity. So my name is Nick. I live in probably the only person that's not in Jersey. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm a chef here. What is really present for me as a chef is that it's not the food or the recipe that's the outcome. It's we as humans. It's we as our family. It's we as our loved ones that are the outcome. And I used food as a transformational tool to help people be more present, live awesome, and cook really healthy and efficiently. So one of my favorite things to be doing right now is to be actually partnering with real estate agents in helping them stay connected and engaged with their clients, their new homeowner buyers. So with my cast iron partnership program. So I'm super excited to be here to meet all of you amazing people. And thank you again, Teresa and Joe.
Yeah, Nick, I love it, brother. Great job. How about a fun fact?
Fun fact. I just came out with a recipe called the sex salad that is burning up my 10 by 10, Unblinded group. So stay tuned.
Love it, Nick. Teresa, back to you.
Let's go with Christian Schutz.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christian Schutz. I'm a branch manager for Finco Lending. I've been in lending 16 years, and I've been able to help clients through one of the biggest purchases of their life and be a big part of their life as they go through that somewhat very stressful time, borrowing lots of money.
Yeah, and where are you coming from today?
Today, I'm in Feasterville, Trevose, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
So right outside of New Jersey.
Awesome. And how about a fun fact?
And my fun fact is I've now set a goal to do a century bike ride in November, in LBI, actually.
Nice. Very. What's the set? That means 100 miles?
100 miles.
Yeah, from where to where, Christian?
I'm going to do it in the park, and you do about 9 laps.
Wow, very cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And then, of course, last but not least would be Joe Hagan.
Joe.
Am I on?
You're on.
Yeah, so I have spent 25 years on Wall Street, but after going through some training with Sean at Unblinded, I can reframe who it is that I am in a much more succinct way. And that is that I'm a coach. I coached my clients on Wall Street. I coached a lot of proteges on Wall Street that built their own businesses and became very successful. And at the end of the day, while I have a lot of influence, skills, and mastery, what this program does and why I'm here is, and I'll give you an acronym, Sean. It's really like your sales mastery aid, AIDE. Even though I have some skills and experience and have achieved certain things, this formula that Sean has, of which this is a part of, is really an aid. A for acceleration, I for intention, D for duplication, and E for exponentiality. And I saw one of my good friends join and really partner with Sean and get under his wing a couple of years ago. And he talks about him on a lot of events, Rob Gill. And I've watched Rob go from 7 appointments a month to 25 to 150 to 300 and really just keeps accelerating. And there's a lot of process mastery there that I could certainly use and learn, a lot of the language I can learn. And one of the really cool things is meeting people like Teresa in this formula where we decided, you know what, you're in real estate. I do a lot of alternative investing. Let's co-create, have some fun, make things happen. And I guess that's why we're here.
Joe, awesome, brother. And I know you had a fun fact before, but how about another fun fact?
Oh, God. I won nicest hair in 8th grade.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, Teresa, are we ready to rock and roll?
I think so. Should we let everybody know like how we're gonna roll?
Definitely not. Yes, I'm kidding. So here's what we're doing. By the way, Adam Gugino is here. So I'll introduce Adam real quick. So we'll go really fast with Adam and I. Adam took a company from $3 million to $750 million, and then left left millions of dollars on the table because he wanted to impact lives in a very different way. And I'm super grateful. He's co-founder of Unblinded, my partner, my friend, Adam. And a fun fact, brother.
I'm going with it. Pickleball. I want to bring integrity-based human influence to the world to change the world. And I also want to bring pickleball to the world to also change the world.
Adam is a straight up lunatic, but you want to talk about mindset? Here's a mindset fact. Adam, yes, he loves pickleball, but what is it that you're doing right now? Just like the 10-second version of the challenge that you're on. What day are you on and what is it?
Yes, it is called 75. I reached the 50th day, did not finish my gallon of water and had to restart. I'm back on.
Oh, no. I did not know this.
I know. It's okay. But listen, I had to restart. But either way, now you want me to give a little bit. It's 2 45-minute workouts a day. It's 1 gallon of water per day. It's 10 pages reading of a book. And it is a diet that you stick to, very strict. That has been amazing. Sean, I've never been more hurt. Your disappointment is painful. My mom's was even worse than yours. My mom was more disappointed than you.
So I have to ask, like, did you fall asleep? I'm not teasing. Like, what happened? Like, how much water was left? Like, what, you just forgot?
I fell asleep. I had my Essentia water. And in order for me to have finished the full gallon for the day, I needed to finish drinking it. And I finished reading. I woke up and there was at least 20 ounces left. And I could have just kept going and said day 51, but I'd be lying to myself. It's a mental challenge. And I had to start over. It was very disappointing to say the least, but I'm back on day 3.
All right.
And by the way, that's for those of you who are familiar with 75 Hard. That's where Andy Frisella says everybody messes up the water. Like they'll get the workouts in, but it's the water tracking.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that, Teresa. Now the water it'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Don't worry. Done.
Love you. So proud of you. Unbelievable. So by the way, what are we here to do? We're here to unlock the superpower of influence. It's what creates and destroys our dreams and our vision. And knowing what to do with it, by the way. It's what builds companies. It builds amazing real estate brokerages and agents and people. And it's what separates incredibly well-intentioned, beautiful, loving people from the outcomes and desires that they want. I learned all about this at a young age because I'm legally blind. My name is Sean Callaghy, and this is Unblinded. Welcome to the Real Raw. And I realized that people that have the things that they want are people that can go from hello to yes with integrity, or at least people that can sleep at night and enjoy and love the things that they receive. And so, it's helped me build a 40-person law firm in 2 years out of law school and sell it. I built the most successful training and development company out of my coaching school. I've had the privilege of building and owning a 125-person law firm right now, Callaghy Law, as well as having 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. As one of only 1.2 million, one of 2 of 1.2 million attorneys in the country to do it, and the only one that was blind. And I've had the privilege of speaking on stages like Tony Robbins and stages all over the world. I've spoken as Virtual Business Mastery just the other day. And my mission in life is to co-create simple, fun, and magical micro distinctions and frictionlessness that free exponential abundance in people's money, time, and magic. And the problem is a lot of people say that, but it is present and real here. And the difference between making what you're making and doubling it, or having the income you have and cutting your time down by 50 to 75% and having magic in your life is all fully present. I'm blessed and privileged to own a 125-person law firm that I'm able to operate in less than 5 hours a week and live my mission and passion, which is Unblinded, and building all of this as my incredible team at Callaghy Law changes how people fundamentally feel about attorneys one client at a time. So that's what we're up to, and we're unpacking influence here today. There'll be, is it 2 judges, Teresa, or 3?
3.
Okay.
We have Joe Hagan, Christian Schutz, and Nick Knudsen.
All right, so it's Joe, Christian, and Nick. And I am so impressed by Teresa. Teresa and I work together. I am so grateful. We met at a speaking engagement probably about a year ago. And I was just so impressed by her authenticity, her energy, her transparency. And as I've gotten to know her, her incredible desire to learn and make things happen, as well as her fun. She loves rock music and does cool stuff. And so we're here to support and co-create magic together in bringing Unblinded to you guys and unlocking your superpower of influence. So you're going to have the opportunity for 3 minutes to share a hello to yes dynamic with Teresa. So Teresa is going to be anybody you want her to be in the world. She could be a homeowner. She could be an expired listing. She could be another agent to partner with. She could be somebody that you're recruiting. She can be somebody that you want to have join your charitable cause. Anything that you want in the world that matters to you about going from hello to yes. It doesn't have to be a real estate specific, but it certainly can be. And you don't have to get to the absolute yes, meaning you could be seeking a longer meeting. That's a yes. It's a 3-minute encounter to get to whatever the yeses you want, including a longer meeting. Again, Teresa could be anybody you want her to be. Teresa, who's going to go first?
Let's see, let me ask this. Does anybody have a time restriction that they have to hop off by a certain time? And then I'll ask you to go first. All right. Carol Ann, you're up.
Carol Ann's in the house.
You have to unmute.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So Carol Ann, who would you like Teresa to be?
I kind of don't understand what's going on here. Is this like a training thing or something? I don't know.
Well, no, it's like a kind of get to know cool people thing.
Okay.
Right. And what we're going to do though is you're going to
show off your mad skills.
Yeah, you're going to show off your skills and going hello to yes with somebody about something. And then the judges give feedback. You don't have to do it, but that's where the game we're playing. It's kind of like March Madness meets like American Idol.
Okay, I don't know what any of those things are, but okay. So I'm supposed to pretend like she's a homeowner and do what exactly? I'm sorry.
I can be whoever you want.
Wait, Caroline, you don't know what American Idol is?
Yeah, I do know what that is, but I don't know what that other thing is you said.
March Madness. That's like the college basketball tournament. It's like elimination. People play against each other. Let's go with American Idol. So you're going to do your thing and the judges are going to give feedback. And like Joe Hagan is kind of like Simon Cowell. It's something like that.
But I'm supposed to do what? Pretend try to get a listing? I don't understand what I'm doing.
I got you. Right.
I don't think I want to go first.
Okay. So what's coming? Let me ask you this, Carolyn. No problem. What's coming up though is what's making you uncomfortable? And I mean this, it's all good. This is experience of everybody. Yeah. And I guess this is a training moment, right? And a development moment. So what is it that's making you feel a little bit uncomfortable?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, and you can go second or third or fourth or not at all. What's happening is that yes matters in the world, right? Yes is what gets you a listing. Yes is what gets a sale done. Yes is how our kids stay off drugs. Yes is how we make decisions about who we befriend or don't, get married to or not, divorced or yes matters in the world hugely. And the science of going from hello to yes varies wildly. Oprah Winfrey is worth billions, but if you met her at a cocktail party and didn't know who she was, we probably wouldn't have that much clarity of why Oprah got there, and somebody who just had a show for 1 year and got canceled, we wouldn't necessarily pick up on the differences, but there are differences in how they impact people and go from hello to yes with people. So we're having fun with that superpower, especially because there's a bunch of amazing real estate agents and brokers here, and getting a yes is critically important to how much money you make, how much time you spend, and how much fun you have. And so that's all we're doing. So whomever is going to go first, and we can start with somebody else, is going to select Teresa to be somebody. And Teresa is going to be perhaps an expired listing, or maybe an agent to be recruited. And it's going to be hey, what does it look like for each of these fine folks to go from hello to yes in 3 minutes. And then let's look at like, what can we optimize in that? Like, what was great about it? What can we learn from each other? That's what we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I don't want to go first.
Yeah, definitely don't have to go first.
Sure, can I make a suggestion?
Give me one sec, Joe. Would you like me to go first? Caroline, how about I go first with you? I'm going to get to a yes. Here's the yes I'm going to seek with you.
Okay.
Right? Let's just play it out. Ready? Okay.
Okay.
So, Caroline, besides Teresa saying, hey, why don't you come on this thing? What prompted you to say yes to come on today?
That I trust Teresa and that she's a good friend, and anything she does, I will support her.
Cool. Awesome. And what are you seeking in the world? I think that people look at life a lot like this. Like, some people want to grow their business and make more money. I think a lot of people want to scale their business and create more free time. And if people have all that, then I think people want to have like more richness and magical experiences. They want to connect more deeply. They want to have more fun. Like, kind of, where are you in your business? Like, in money, time, and magic. Like, what matters most to you?
What matters most? Well, I would like to grow my business, and I'm always learning. So I always want to find new things and learn new things. And I would like to pass that on to my agents. I would like to be, I'm working on being a better mentor.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And again, thank you for being here. And how many agents do you have?
14.
Cool. And what caused you to like create this business in the first place?
Honestly, it was always in the back of my mind, but it just was thrown into my lap. My broker wanted to sell. He asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
Cool. And
just fell in my lap.
How long ago was that?
12 years ago, maybe.
Very, very cool.
2008. Then the bottom dropped out.
Wow. It was a rough time, eh?
Oh God, I couldn't sleep.
Oh. All right. Well, how are things going for you now?
Oh, we're doing great.
That's
we have a lot of great agents, no slackers, and they're all very successful.
Right. I heard you say that you want to become an even greater mentor, but it sounds like you're doing a great job already.
Oh, thanks.
Well, listen, you told me, right? Like, that things are going great, and things can't be going great unless you're doing a great job. No?
Oh, I never thought of it like that. Thank you for saying that.
Well, it's the truth, right? But what would you like to get even better at?
Oh, you put me on the spot. Just maybe have 24 agents instead of 12, just to grow my business, I guess.
Cool. And like, if you had everything, Carol Ann, go your way, right? And like, your dreams, ultimate dreams, are achieved. Like, what does that all look like?
Me on a beach house, laying by the pool,
cool.
Watching my business run without me.
Cool. And why
That's
would
the truth?
Yeah, it's awesome. And why would that feel great for you?
Because I need to relax. It's time.
All right. That's awesome.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So what we're doing here, can I share, like, for our last 30 seconds together, can I share what we're doing here?
Yes, because I'm completely clueless.
Okay. So you shared that you're doing great, but you want to do greater.
Always.
Especially in the space of more free time, right?
Yes.
This is the mission that I've been on for 23 years. And I was able to build a 40-person law firm in 2 years out of law school. And I had no contacts, no connection, no money, because I realized, like you, that learning, growth, and development was critical, right? Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of beautiful things happen to me in between. I sold that law firm. I now own a second law firm. I have 125 people, offices in 5 states. And I have that privilege, right? I have that privilege. And I'm going to give you like maybe a thought that, yeah, maybe after like a year, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 months of laying by that pool with the energy and the leadership and the passion you have, it might get a little bit old. That's just a quick footnote, but let's find out first, right? Of course, because I had that privilege. You know, I had the privilege of never having to work another day in my life. I've had it for a long time. And I'm here to lessen people's frustration and challenges and suffering and their money, time, and magic. And the way that we are introducing that to people is by letting awesome people learn from each other, connect, and work through influence at the highest level. Because those micro distinctions in your leadership that you're sharing and talking about that take you from 14 to 24 to 100 agents, or even more importantly, maybe to like 40 agents that are like crushing it, like in the right team, or not the right team, those optimal team. They're little tiny differences. And that's what we're exploring here in the Real Raw. So thank you for being here. And the yes I'm seeking, does it make a little bit more sense what we're doing here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I really appreciate it. So why don't we go to somebody else to come first? And would you at some point later like to still go today?
Sure.
Cool. And listen, I appreciate your energy, because your energy says, I don't follow, I lead. I don't follow, right? And that's present. And that's what makes things happen in the world, and why you're doing beautiful things. And for all of us, for whatever I don't have, you don't have, Teresa doesn't have, Joe doesn't have, we don't have, on the other side of a formula, like, are the results we want. Like, there's things that limit us to where we are. Like, you know, I don't have 25, I've spoken in front of 25,000 people, but I didn't put 25,000 people together. So there's things I still need to learn if I want that outcome. And so we're all here pursuing more learning and more acceleration. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, Teresa, we're going to come back to Carol Ann, and who's next?
Can I make that suggestion, Sean?
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone should just look at Teresa as an avatar of who their most optimal client that they want, whatever they want to achieve. And, you know, practice for 3 minutes, whether it's sitting down to have coffee and go over, you know, a review of the listing, or whatever it is that your most optimal client is. You want to introduce yourself to her, and I guess get to what, a sit down and get to, it doesn't have to be, yes, I'm going to list with you. It's just sit down, right, to get to, you know, a further discussion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect, Joe. Awesome. Thank you. So Teresa.
Kathy Sparrow.
Sorry, had to unmute. All right, Teresa, you are an agent and you are struggling, and you're coming to me as a mindset and motivation coach, as well as a real estate coach, and you're in a funk. You had a bad transaction. You're in a bad mood. Go.
I cannot relate to that, Kathy.
All right, Kathy, 3 minutes. You'll hear an alarm with 1 minute to go, 30 seconds to go, and done. Kathy, please take us in.
All right, Teresa, so I appreciate you getting on this call today, and I understand you're struggling. Tell me a little bit about what you're struggling with.
Kathy, I don't know if I could do this anymore.
Okay. So I want to be really respectful of the time that we do have. I understand it's a short period of time. Tell me exactly what leads you to that you feel that you can't move forward in this career.
I just had this transaction. I listed one of my very first clients when I first got into real estate ever so many years ago, called me up and shared some terrible news. They had some things happening in their life. There was a health struggle, and they wanted to sell the house and relocate out of the state. And so, you know, in those situations, I understand that emotions are high, and I am very respectful of the fact that there are very limited things when you're in that place that you can control. And so that the lines might get crossed with me as their agent and them trying to micromanage what I'm doing. But I
need more than 3 minutes because she's using my 3
I
minutes.
I just like, you know, Kathy,
You're having a bad day. Okay.
I just like really worked my heart and soul into getting the objective done for them. have
I understand. I understand. And you know what, Teresa, I not to cut you off, but I validate that you are struggling because it's a personal connection and that you are not getting the outcome that you want for your client and not getting the outcome that you want for yourself. What I want to do is just a real short exercise with you. And let's talk a little bit about your why. Why did you get into real estate in the first place? What was your reason?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting question, Kathy. I got into real estate because I needed something flexible that I could support my family.
Okay. And, you know, coming from that why and understanding that that's still important to you, if you just gave up on real estate right now, what would your life look like? You know, what would you be doing?
I have no idea, right?
Okay. All right. So if something doesn't change right now, you don't know what you will be doing or how you'll be supporting your family or how you have that flexibility. Let me ask you a really pointed question. Are you committed to changing where you are right now, your mindset? And are you committed to maybe taking steps to further your real estate experience right now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have no choice, Kathy, right? Like
Okay, so you're committed to doing that. So now let's flip the spectrum. What does it look like when your real estate is spinning on an absolute perfect cycle and you've got that life and you remember your why and you have all the time for your daughter for dance lessons or gymnastics or whatever, and your world is working perfectly and it's working for you? What does that look like? Take me into 12 months from now. If we've worked for 12 months and we've gotten rid of limiting beliefs and we've given you some, you know, some avenues to expand your business, what does your world look like?
My world looks like I have some more leverage in my life.
Okay. All right. And how does that feel?
That feels good.
Okay. And are you able to accomplish all those things that you set out to do with your first why, your first step into this?
20 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think
so. What we're going to do is we're just going to circle around you and we're going to make sure that those things happen. I appreciate your vulnerability. I appreciate your time and being so honest and transparent with me. And you've got this and I've got you.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy, excellent. How'd that feel?
Felt good. I mean, she's chatty, so I needed like 10 minutes, but.
Your energy is present as well as
felt good. You know, I'll tell you the one thing that I feel like if you're asking what could I have done better?
No, I'm asking how you felt about it. I mean, I thought you did a great job and your energy is present. There's immense intentionality around you. You're clearly masterful at what you do. And it was very impressive. So, but if you want to share, an access.
I feel, well, you know, so I always do like the 5 and 2s after every conversation, 5 things I could have done better and 2 things that I felt like I really excelled at. And I think the one thing that I could have done better with her was create, more of a control over that first rambling, you know, minute that she took to give her story. I could have been really specific as to what I wanted to hear from her and to jump in and maybe redirect her sooner.
If I could share.
Yes, please do.
I'm not, and I want to see what the judges have to say about that. I'm not quite so sure. I thought you were listening. Okay. I think your listening there was beautiful, you know, and so, you know, our listening can often create the entire relationship. And I thought you listened beautifully there. So I would acknowledge you for your listening in that moment.
Okay.
So I think you did a good job. Yeah, and you have so much power. You have so much Zeus energy that it's important to have that listening balance that you did. So I really liked it. So I just wanted to
awesome. Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So let's go to Joe. Joe, brilliant, unbelievable salesperson and influencer. And we're going to go 30 seconds of feedback, judges. You'll hear a buzzer with 5 seconds to go, and then I'll ask for a score, 5 seconds later. Joe, what do you have for Kathy? Including a score, please.
I absolutely love the pace and the cadence. It kind of reminded me of getting on the phone on Wall Street because she was there asking, she knew what she wanted to ask. She was given choices. She was directing her on how the path of the unknown was perhaps darker than, staying on the path she's on, and I can help you, enlighten that path. I do think she was a great listener as well. The only thing I would change was in the beginning, Like when I call people and I'm talking about calling on Wall Street, they want to know how much it's going to cost, how much I'm going to make and how long is it going to take, right? Boom, boom, boom. That approach in the very beginning should have been a little bit different. I thought with a little more empathy, because she was a little bit of a cry of the heart from Teresa, where she's like, I don't know, I'm thinking of. So I just think there should have been just a little empathy there, saying, hey, listen, I feel you. I know you. I get it. It matters to me, right?
Yep.
I could show you that a lot of people, like feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I know a lot of people have felt the same way. And what they found is, and then ask for permission to show her why, and then go back to the boom, 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 boom.
I love that. What was that? Feel, felt, found?
Oh, that is a rebuttal for any objection in the world.
I love that. Thank you. That's super impactful. Thank you.
Joe Hagan, ladies and gentlemen. Great job, Kathy. Love you, Joe. Nick, what do you have for Kathy?
And she got a 9.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, amazing energy. My feeling was that, to kind of Sean's point, was that you had a real opportunity to really open up your listening even more. When
okay.
I'm come from more of a compassionate side, so I really like to open up the listening. And I feel like if you would have at the very end, you can drop in with a little bit more about your unique heroic story, about why you can help Teresa get that mindset and how you can actually deliver those results. But I thought your energy was amazing and you got the yes. I'm going to say an 8.9.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. I take that.
Yeah, great job. We get to Christian next round. We'll go 2 to 3 judges each round. Teresa, who's next?
Okay, let's go with Hyro.
Hyro. Who would you like Teresa to be?
So Teresa's interesting. Teresa's going to be, I guess, an investor or somebody that, or somebody that I'm looking to give me a hand with something, and it'll unveil as I'm going through it, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course, brother. All right, take us in.
All right, so Teresa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so very much for your time. I know how important your time is, and I'd just like to take a couple of minutes of your time, if that's okay today.
Sure.
So what do you do? I want to get to know a little bit about you. I've heard fabulous things about you, phenomenal things about you, but I want to get to know you a little bit better. Tell me about some of your passions that you have. Do you like to volunteer, community service, anything like that?
Yeah, I do actually like to volunteer. I've in the past chaired the board of a not-for-profit. I'm currently on the executive team of an education foundation, and I've served locally at my board of realtors, and I'm actually also a national delegate.
Oh, amazing. Look at that. Awesome. So see, I didn't know that about that. Thank you for sharing that. So I have an idea. I have something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to share it with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I would like to bring, well, actually first, are you familiar with the veteran homelessness problem that we have in New Jersey?
I really don't know that much about it, Hyro.
Okay, good. So there's a major veteran homeless problem that we have in New Jersey, and I'd like to take an initiative to try to tackle that. And if you give me a couple more seconds, I want to just guide you through this vision that I may have, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I can envision a area or a community. Think of like a gated community, for example, right? Where everybody lives together, and you have certain amenities, whether it's pool house, clubhouse, tennis courts, basketball courts, whatever the case may be. So now imagine veterans, combat veterans, people that have gone to war for this country, and now they're in the street, right? Now imagine having that place of community for them, whether it's a community center, recreation center, resource center, where we're able to help them get better at interviews, help them fill out resumes, help them expedite the process with the VA system, whether it's any medical system or any problems that they're having within all of that. And just at the end of the day, in addition to helping them with all of that, giving them a place to live. How would that feel if you'd be a part of that?
That would be amazing.
Right. So I'm looking to do this initiative where I'm trying to gather a bunch of investors like yourself that are willing to help out in this cause, right? And given the fact that we have so much veteran homelessness in the state of New Jersey, we need to get some type of group or a capital fund to be able to get this started. So what I'm asking from you ultimately is if I can trust you to either help me connect with people or help me look for people that are willing to invest in this, or anybody that's going to be able to help us get this initiative going. So can I trust you on that?
100%.
Well, Teresa, I super appreciate that. What I'm gonna do is we'll keep connected on a weekly basis, and as we continue to get this thing rolling, I'm so appreciative to have you on my side, and look forward to making that connection with anybody that you feel should be a part of this.
All right, excellent job, Hyra. How'd that feel for you?
Oh, good. That was my first time doing that, and the reason I brought it up here, I think I'm such a believer in like things happening for a reason, and I had no idea why we were even going into this, and now I know why this happened.
Awesome job, brother. Thank you. Christian, let's see, 30 seconds of feedback. What went well? Maybe an optimization and a score for Hyra.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you, Hyra, for your service. And I think you did excellent connecting with Teresa and, appreciating her time and asking her permission to be able to share what was passionate with you and learning about her. And I think you really made a great connection with her as far as connecting. So I think that was excellent. One thing where I think that maybe you could have shared with her is also asked her for connections or for other people that you might be able to call on into the group. And that way you can help build the team. You maybe could share with her who you're looking for your initiative, maybe, political people or other figures, investors. And that might help you expand her mindset on who might be able to help that initiative go through. But
awesome.
I thought you did excellent. 9.
9?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you. Great job. Thank you. The one and only Joe Hagan. What do you got, brother? Awesome.
Yeah, so I thought he did a great job. I would have liked to see a little more emotion because, the homelessness issue with veterans, the fact that he's a veteran and he's lucky not to be in that situation and he wants to share that. I would like to hear a little more of that. He did ask permission to go into his vision, but he didn't ask permission in the beginning. He says, yeah, I heard a lot about you. I want to get to know you better. And I felt there should have been, hey, I heard a lot about you. Great things. Is it okay if I get to know you better a little bit and ask you some questions? You should have asked permission, I think, in the very beginning. It was still good. It wasn't said with any malice but I just would have liked to see that permission a little more in the beginning. And I agree with Christian. I would have liked her to see something a little more strategic when it comes to raising money. Like, I'm not sure of your centers of influence, who your ecosystem is in the world, but I'd love to be able to use that, your influence in your ecosystem to be able to raise money. Kind of ask her who it is so that strategically she can be going after one, type of investor where, the next person can go after the others, and kind of let her know that there's a plan. I felt that the commitment that he asked her was just too open-ended. Can I trust you to help? And I would like to just see a little boundary in there. Like, as much time as you'd like, I'll accept. I'll leave that up to you. But I just want to know that I can call on you and count on you. But I thought overall it was an 8.5.
Excellent. And listen to Joe. When Joe's giving feedback, watch his vocal qualities shift. So he had such great variance as Joe went into the empathetic tone. It wasn't just what he said, it's how he said it. Our communication is 93%, other than the words we use, 93%, right? 38% is our vocal qualities, 55% our body language. Joe so beautifully demonstrated that. Great job, Joe. And Teresa, back to you.
Awesome. All right. Let's go with Catan.
Tan, who would you like Teresa to be?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Catan?
You asking me to do something, I'm not good at it.
That's all right. Let's role play. Who do you want me to be?
Jado, can I jump in your conversation for a second?
Sure, why
About
not?
I have a friend who has multiple motels in North Dakota. And I was on a phone with him last week. And I asked him, his business is not doing great because the oil industry went down and because of COVID, and they do have a lot of homelessness up there. So I asked him to reach out to governor and join he's actively involved in politics up there. So, and I asked him, I said, you can have your motels occupied with the homeless people and government can support you. You won't believe the North Dakota government has special housing for homeless people. I was impressed what they have for them.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm in Plainfield. I see a lot of homeless people in Plainfield.
Wow.
So you have a right cause to fight for. I'm happy about your motive.
And thank you for sharing that info too. That's helpful.
Teresa, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm great.
Would you like to join my office?
Yes, recruit Teresa. Recruit Teresa.
Yeah. So come on, Katan, try to recruit me. You have 3 minutes to recruit me.
Yes. Let's go.
How long you been with Keller Williams?
Count down 2 minutes.
I've been with Keller Williams about 5 years, Katan.
5 years. You know how often Americans change the houses?
Isn't the statistic something like every 7 years?
Every 7 years. And so you've been with them 5 years. You need some change, don't you?
Yeah, she's coming back to Idell.
I mean, you've been with Wydell, you know Carol very well, and you never tried to try me out. So it's time for you to join my office.
So, Katan, tell me what do you got?
One thing is, I'm not as big as Keller Williams. I'm not as big as Wydell. But same token, you have direct access to owner. Anytime you need me, I'm available to you. If you need anywhere help, if you're running late to put an open house sign, I'll put it up for you. Where do you go wrong?
I don't know. Having an owner put open house signs up for me? Wow.
Anything.
So I mean, what else? What other things what is the culture of your office like?
Well, 2 things. We are the independent brokers. Am I correct?
Yes.
But most of the big corporation, you got to follow their guideline and their policies all the time. Isn't that correct?
I do believe that some firms, they do want you to follow their policy and procedure for sure.
Now, as far as it's a protecting to client and not the breaking the law, those guidelines, it's okay. That is acceptable to all of us. And that's what we're supposed to do. So that's fine. But besides that, there's a lot of, they treat us like employees, don't they?
Sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's the freedom you will have. And top of that, when you bring the commission check, they have 4 eyes on your commission check.
4 eyes?
Yes. Don't they?
I don't know. I've never heard that saying before, Katan.
Well, there's a transaction fee, there's a marketing fee, there's this fee and that fee. That's not with me. You're going to take more money home.
Understood.
So you work hard, you deserve more money, don't you?
Well, I mean, I think we all feel that way.
Yes. Are you bringing license tomorrow or today?
All right, last 10 seconds.
I don't know, Katan. I don't know if that's the right fit for me.
No? Keep one thing in mind. Women have right to change their mind any minute.
All right, awesome job, Katan. Did you have some fun there? Is Katan?
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Joe Hagan, that was alternative choice close. Nick, what do we got for Katan?
Yeah, Katan, I love the lightness of your energy, the lightness of your spirit. I love that it was serious, but not super serious. But if you're really trying to recruit Teresa to come into your team, I think you really need to open up the listening by asking her, well, what is working, where she's at, and what isn't working, and then being able to fortify what those things that aren't working that you could provide. So I think there was a lot of assumptions which some may be true, but I think you just need to understand where Teresa's at in her pain point. But I loved listening in on it. I would say it was at a 8.7.
Awesome, Nick. Thank you. And
Well,
Christian,
it's been 10 years. I haven't sincerely tried to recruit anyone, honestly speaking. I'm one-man army and I'm the only agent and my son got license. So it's not a me to expand 100 agent or 14 agent like Carol has, but
well, excellent, Catan. And how about you, Christian? What do you have, Catan?
I love the attitude, just the lightheartedness, and obviously he was always closing, right? So you wanted her to come aboard. I think you did present some things that are different between larger brokers and smaller brokers. But if you would have asked Teresa why she got in, if you didn't know already, why she got into real estate, what real estate means to her, I think you might have been able to understand her personal reason for being in real estate and how she's been so successful all this time. So you could have showed her maybe some things that your firm can do that others couldn't, and then set up a time to come in and talk about the money side of it. And then you could tell her you're going to put the signs up for her. I thought it was great. So I give you an 8.
Excellent. Catan, thank you. Excellent, Christian. Great job. Teresa, who is next?
We're gonna go with Catherine Wydell.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello. Well, as Teresa knows, working at Wydell, I don't think anyone in my family can get anywhere in 3 minutes. We needed a good 3 hours. Come sit down. Let's have a chat. But I'll see what I can do. Let's go with one of the things that we all need to focus on as we go forward is bringing everyone forward, right? And with COVID, using technology, et cetera, and using time and money and everything in a smart way. So Teresa, you are an agent that loves the newspaper.
Oh boy.
Want to continue to spend $1,000 in the newspaper each month.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Take us in.
So, all right, we'll start with Teresa. You're coming to me. It's saying, "Hey, I love the newspaper."
Okay. Catherine, I gotta tell you, I just really love the paper.
So tell me, how long have you been advertising in the paper?
From the beginning, right? So probably from 6 months into real estate.
So that's how many years?
About 20.
Okay, awesome. And why did you decide on the newspaper?
Because people go there to get information, right? So it's an easy way to get people who are already fishing into the real estate, questioning whether or not they want to be buying or selling. They're in the real estate section of the newspaper. So it's increasing the odds that the people who are calling me are already interested in that enough to be in the real estate section, and therefore they're funneled through more.
Do you know how many people are going to the newspaper? How many qualified buyers?
I don't know.
Okay. How many leads are you getting from the newspaper each month from your ads?
I'd say consistently, I would get, off of each ad, at least 3 phone calls.
Okay, sure. And what is it out? Is it just buyers, or what else are you looking to get out of the newspaper?
It definitely get a greater return on the paper with buyers than sellers, but obviously in an ideal world, there would be a way to get sellers out of it.
Where else do you find your buyers?
I find them at open houses or by referral.
Okay. Have you tried any other advertising to get buyers or sellers? Would you like to get sellers with your advertising, or are you just focusing on buyers?
I've tried some technology, meaning like some social media stuff by posting some things on Instagram. And I would love to get sellers off of my internet advertising or my social media advertising.
Okay, awesome. Do you know how many sellers and buyers actually find their agent or the house that they buy through the newspaper?
I don't know.
If I told you it was less than 1% in 2019, would you look at other advertising avenues?
I think if you told me that it was less than 1%, I would be forced to look at other advertising avenues.
Great, it's less than 1%. And then I open conversation about digital.
Okay.
That's the most I've ever accomplished in under 3 minutes.
See, Sean, are you waiting for the timer?
10 seconds to go, but all good. So excellent work. Catherine, how does that feel for you?
Good. I mean, well, she was an easy one, right? So normally there's a lot more not so, I'd say anything that's built out of habit rather than just data. There's a lot of emotional and much harder to look at the other avenues as well. But I did have data on my side, I suppose.
Awesome. You're a big fan of newspaper advertising, I see. All right, let's go to the judges. Great job. Joe, what do you have?
Yeah, so I would have liked to have seen her less as like a Census Bureau taker. Do you have, and like the next checkbox, I would be more like, look, I understand you love newspaper and for good reason, right? Let her know that it's okay to be that way. But I think where it really picked up is when she finally landed did you know, when she had a big smile when less than 1%. I would have led with that right after the fact that she admitted about newspapers. Said, listen, okay, I get why you're doing that. And a lot of people are still doing that. But if I could show you a way, or if you understood that less than 1% of buyers actually go to newspapers. So let's do this. Let me show you a way where I could show, and then just throw some stats at her digitally and give some examples of people she's helped. And really, there's a feature that kind of took you forever to get to. I would just start putting the benefits of going digital, okay, and some examples of success that you've had, and then get a sit down with her or a follow-up call to review a personalized approach for you in the world of digital.
Cool. And what scored you?
I'd give it an 8.
Okay, nice. And Nick, what do you have for Catherine?
Yeah, Catherine, great job, great questions. I felt energetically, it felt a little mechanical. And to Joe's point, what I would like to see is just a little bit more of a dance emotionally. Maybe there's a little bit more back and forth. You could be a little bit more fun with, hey, did you know that there was only 1% that you get, And then I think if you really want to drive this home, like really drive home like the benefits and why you can deliver those digital results, like what is unique and powerful and magical about you, so that Teresa would see her future within you and what you are doing in your amazing company. I'd say 8.3.
Excellent. Catherine, great job. Teresa, who is next? Do you want to see if Carol Ann is ready to roll or no?
Yeah, I think Carol Ann is our last one to go.
Very cool.
Every time I thought of an idea, somebody else took it.
No, you can.
So I really don't even know what to say. I was going to do the recruiting thing, and then I thought maybe technology, and then now I don't even know what to do.
All right, you could do recruiting. You could do anything you want, or it could be a listing. You want somebody like there's an expired listing, or.
Well, she said she wanted to go from 14 to 24 brokers. Let her recruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is actually the thing that I'm the worst at. So.
Yeah. Well,
that's why I only have 14 agents.
Well, let's see. Let's unlock something here for you. So take us in. So it's you and Teresa have met, and Teresa can be. Would you like Teresa to be herself or somebody else?
She could be. It doesn't matter. But she's going to be a new agent or a seasoned agent, because that's two different things.
Right? Seasoned or new? Your call.
I'd say new. Let's do new, because everyone else did. The other one did a seasoned agent, right? She tried to get him to come from Whitedale. Okay.
All right, Teresa, you're new, and you guys have met, and this is a scheduled 3-minute call to see if there's going to be a longer call. And please take us in, Caroline.
Hi, Teresa. How are you today?
Hi, good, Carol Ann. How are you?
Good, good. So you just got your real estate license? How exciting.
It is exciting. I'm a little nervous, but it's exciting.
Good. Have you thought about where you're going to go yet at all? Like, what town do you like the most to work in?
I don't know. I didn't even ever think about it in terms of location. I thought about it more in just terms of like near where I live,
Okay.
which is in Hunterdon County.
Good.
And I don't know. I'm just trying to decide like where, what's the best place for me to hang my hat.
Right. Okay. So are you interviewing with any other real estate companies? Have you started exploring, or am I your first?
You're the first. And someone advised me that I should interview with at least 3.
Okay. So if you do that, promise me if you have any questions after you've seen me, you can text me anytime and ask me any questions that you might, need clarifying with, and I can help you because I hate going first. I'd rather go last, actually.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Oh God, I'm stumped now. Do you have any questions about being a new agent specifically? Like, do you have any fears, or like, I'm just trying to figure out how I can help you in this process?
Well, this is a big transition for me. So, I mean, I've worked for a large company. I worked for Chubb for years, but that was different, right? I was an employee that had quotas to fill, and real estate is completely outside sales. So I have although I'm drawn to the flexibility, I do have some apprehensions. So, I mean, what does that look like? And what could a new agent expect? Like, what is it that what should I be doing, and what would my broker be doing for me, and how would you be helping me to make money?
Good question. So, it's a good thing that you've done sales. So, it can be a tough business, and you really have to forge your own way, and I will help you do that. So what we'll do is figure out a plan, what works best for you, because everyone works differently. And at RE/MAX, you're in business for yourself. I'm just here to support you. So whichever way that you feel like you might want to go, I will support you. And I will direct you on what I think is good for you too. So we can go through, I can support you as far as technology goes. I can help you. Oh God, I'm stuck. I don't know what to say. I lost my train of thought. Where was I? I can help you.
Just be in your heart. Tell her why it would be great to work with you from your heart. Just in your heart. Don't think nobody's watching. It's just you.
Okay.
What's the truth?
Because I am nervous.
Somebody is blessed to be led by you, Carolyn. Why is somebody blessed to be led by you?
Because I care, and I'll support you, and I'll always be here for you 24/7.
Yeah. That feels a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Great job. So, thanks. Christian, what do you have for Carolyn?
I think you did a great job. You really talked to her and asked her some questions, about where she was in the process, and try to explain the unknown, how it's going to be different than her previous, work, and gave her the confidence to know that she's bringing a skill set in that's going to help her succeed in real estate. I thought that maybe you could have asked her questions about what her goals were in real estate, and that way you could have delivered to her the ways that you could help her achieve those goals, and maybe some of the things that she feared about real estate as far as being on her own. And that would give her a chance where you can show her what your office and you as a broker can bring to the table with her. But I thought you did a great job, getting to the next step or getting an interview. Sit down.
Thanks.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. And a score?
8.0.
Right. Mr. Joe Hagan.
Yeah, so almost with Carolyn, I'd want to throw away some of the scripts, as far as the process, because initially when she introduced herself earlier on this whole Real Raw, You know, when it came to rock and roll, you got the fact that she was fun, genuine rock and roll. And until you intervened, you really didn't get that from her. And then from her heart, she said, because I care and I support you. So I would just be like, you know, use the whole scarcity mentality of, look, this is what you're going to get out there. There's a lot of brokers. There's a lot of people that'll tell you this, this, and that. I wouldn't tell them that, you know, sales are tough, because perception is reality. Perception's reality. Like when I coach kids in baseball, I hated when the dads were like, you know, get your stance going, get the, all of that training is not going to help you when you're up a bet. Hey, see the ball, hit the ball. You got it. You got it. And so when sales, you don't want to tell them, well, it's going to be tough out there, because it's just a negative. Just say, listen, sales can be tough, but we're going to make it fun. This is who I am. I'm Carol. You're going to rock with me. And when you meet and you hear the same cookie cutter stuff from the other agents, I look forward to having you call me back so we can start charting our future together. But just have that fun in you, because it's there. Just let it out. That's what I got. And I would say, if she had some of that fun, it would be a 9. Without it, it's like an 8, 7.5, 8, somewhere there.
Great job, Joe. Carol Ann, great job. And this is what it's all about, just unleashing micro distinctions that exponentially increase things. Great job. Teresa, I think we're at our last moments here. Yes?
Last moments. Yes.
And so how do you feel about today? And thank you.
I feel good, actually. It was very nice to see all of your faces. I thank you for joining me. And it was nice to have an opportunity to kind of like role play in their world.
Yeah, awesome. And for everybody, we're building enormous things here together at Unblinded. This is about the 120th Real Raw that we've done. And there's been extraordinary people in the seats that you're sitting in, like yourselves, from every walk of life. Best-selling authors, international speakers, incredible people in the space of real estate, legal, accounting, financial services. And Teresa, thank you. Fantastic job. And we're building incredible stuff together. And if this is the end of the journey, just never forget that influence is a superpower, and a lifelong pursuit of unlocking those next levels of mastery will lead to exponential increases in your money, time, and magic. And hopefully, though, this is the beginning. So Teresa, fantastic job, and we will see you all soon.